What's up, my fellow spooky folks? It's the man of horror, the horror nerd himself, and the 2023 future Face of Horror winner, Troy Ryan. Today I'm going to share with you guys my top 5 2010's horror films. Let's get into it. In the 5th place, Scream 4. If you know me, you know I'm a huge Scream fanatic. I love everything about the universe, and Scream 4 for me was very refreshing. You know, it came out at a time where it had been almost a decade since a new Scream film had came out, and we hadn't been in Woodsboro. We hadn't, caught up with these characters in a while, so it was nice for that. And then aside from Scream 3, I think it's also one of the more funnier entries in the series. And then it's also Wes Craven's last film. So continue to rest easy, Wes. The only thing I hate about this film is the fucking Vaseline thing on the lens. It's weird. Whatever. Anyway. In 4th place, Insidious. Insidious scared the shit out of me. I was in college, and I remember I went to go see it, and I actually saw Scream 4 and Insidious the same night. But I had a Desolite. I had a roommate and a Desolite, and I kept it on for 2 weeks straight. And he would be so annoyed, hey, you want to turn that off? And I'm just like, nah, no, we're gonna keep that on. It was just about astral projection, and that's a very spiritual concept. And around that time, I was starting to enter my own spiritual journey and to start to understand things like that. So it really got to me. So yeah. In 3rd place, It Chapter 1. This is probably one of my favorite all-time remakes. I'll say it's in my top 5 remakes. It was done so fucking well. It's so effective. First off, Pennywise himself, I was terrified of it. When I first saw it, I think that's the first horror film that I recall genuinely getting a huge response out of me. Clowns got, I don't know. It's weird because obviously I love horror, so it stuck with me in the sense that I was interested, but it also fucked with me, and I pissed myself probably about every day for 2 weeks. Or every night, rather. Yeah, but Bill Skarsgård and the kids or whatever, they did an amazing job. This one was so good, totally worth the watch. Honorable mention to Tim Curry, continue to rest up. In 2nd place, Evil Dead 2013. This is another one of my favorite horror remakes, and I know this is my favorite Evil Dead film out of the whole series. It removed the horror, the comedy aspect that we were used to with the Evil Dead series, and just leaned heavily into the horror, and it worked completely. And the film, it has maybe a good 15, and even outside of the opening scene, it has maybe a good 10-15 minutes of kind of chill, and then once it starts, it fucking does not stop. It just goes full fucking throttle, and it's insane. Everything about it, non-stop ride. I love it. And then in 1st place, Get Out. Listen, the things that scare me most as an adult, as I get older, are things that I truly believe can happen. So that's, one, why Insidious got to me a little bit, because I believe in astral projection and things like that. Get Out got to me because it came out, first off, Jordan Peele is a master. But it came out at a time when I first moved from from Detroit to Arizona. So imagine that culture shock. I found myself very often being the only black person in certain areas, and that's a very real feel of feeling watched and feeling weird and awkward and not even really feeling you should be there almost, he just captured the eeriness of that feeling very perfectly. And honestly, while that was almost a decade ago, it's still pretty real. More people, more black people have moved out here, and I've just gotten more comfortable, but it's definitely, he captured a very real feeling. If you haven't seen any of these films, definitely check them out, and don't forget to listen to Man of Horror. Follow the official Instagram page for the pod, Man of Horror _podcast, and until next time, stay spooky, folks. Peace.